Empowerment is not about waiting for someone to give you power. It's about recognizing your own power and using it to make a difference. A quote by John P. Cotter. Magmakai, Yandra Vinaka. Good morning and warm Pacific greetings. Esteemed judges, distinguished guests, my sister contestants, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, I've been given the important task of speaking about youth empowerment, answering the questions of why it is important and how we can empower young people. Let's start with the why. The youth in the Pacific hold a significant portion of the population. Aged between 15 to 25, they make up approximately 20% of our regional population, with countries such as Fiji and Papua New Guinea with the highest percentages of youth. These statistics tell us that young people are a demographic to be seen within the region and should be prioritized, a demographic that if left ignored is a ticking time bomb. Examples of issues caused by disempowered youth can already be seen within the region, such as increasing rates of youth and drug abuse in Tonga and urban crime escalation in Papua New Guinea. Youth empowerment is more than a buzzword. It is the key to ensuring that we address these issues and tap into the one most powerful resources of the Pacific, our young people. In ensuring that we take deliberate actions to empower our young people, I would like to propose a term that is called the cycle of youth employment and empowerment, a holistic approach to empowering the youth in the Pacific. This cycle has 3 phases. Phase 1, instilling values in young people. Young people who have strong values are more likely to positively change themselves and their communities. However, this does not happen overnight. It happens through the efforts of individuals, organizations, and the government who are committed to the integral human development of the youth. For example, the Clean Generation movement in Papua New Guinea. By providing opportunities for young people to engage with such organizations, we create a generation of purpose-driven youth who through positive morals and values reject behaviors such as drug abuse, substance abuse, and many other issues that we see today. Phase 2, providing access to tools and resources. What happens after we instill these values? We should empower our young people to do and be more. This can be done through access to tools and resources, such as providing seed funding to support youth entrepreneurship and skills for business development. As an example of the region, one would be an intervention which includes Young Entrepreneurs Scheme in Fiji, administered through the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Tourism, and Transport. This builds a generation of self-sufficient youth who create opportunities for themselves, their peers, and their communities, directly addressing issues such as crime and youth unemployment. Phase 3, platform and visibility. Who best to empower our young than the youth themselves? This is done through ensuring that inspirational youth leaders have platform and visibility. For example, the Pacific Youth Council, which not only platforms young leaders within the region, but also allows them to empower others through their programs. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the reality of youth empowerment, we must remember, it is not just the responsibility of youth organizations, NGOs, or the government, because it is the responsibility of each and every one of us. Because when we work together, only great things can happen through collaboration. My message to the youth of the Pacific, hear me. The cycle of empowerment should have not end. It must have a start, a middle, and a result that must continue to expand. In order for it to happen, it must start with you. You who has values, goals, and who gets access to opportunities, Come back and empower the youth in your communities. Tinakapaka level, thank you.
How do you translate and scale the impact of these initiatives that you vowed, not only to these two countries, Fiji and PNG, but also to the small highland nations like Kiribati, Marshall Highlands, Nauru, especially in fostering this youth empowerment and dialogue among young people in these small island nations?
Thank you for the question, ma'am. Youth are everywhere in the Pacific. I give these examples, Clean Generation in my country, because I am a member of the Clean Generation. We advocate for education, empowerment, inclusivity in our communities. In the Pacific, youth hold power. We are the peak of change. It starts with us. I implore all Pacific Islanders out there, as a daughter of Papua New Guinea and a daughter of the Pacific, it is not by borders. Let us expand, expound, and capitalize on what we have. That is the power of youth and the power of change. My sister contestants here have taught me throughout the week. Collaboration and their culture makes a huge impact within our region. We face so many challenges, and as young women, it takes courage to stand on these platforms and speak out. Not only in Papua New Guinea, also in Fiji, there are issues that affect us, especially online. And so, I would say, programs such as Clean Generation and others in various other countries, I would like to say that our youth are our resources, and by giving them the strength and the courage to stand up and speak out is what's important the most. Thank you.
How easy is it for you to connect with the youth in the rural areas as well as in the urban areas to carry forward your campaign?
Thank you for the question. I would like to give an example to answer that question. I am the current Miss Better Paradise, and the Miss Better Paradise Committee and organization stands on empowering the young people. We started on the city level where the inaugural queen advocated for inclusivity. Then during the former Miss Better Paradise, May's time, they went into the provinces. I stand here, I represented my district in the provincial pageant in Western Highlands. Then I was graced to move on to representing my country, as you see here. This platform goes into the districts and the provinces. As you all know, we have 22 provinces. Districts are different. Some have 5, some have 6, some have 7. And each of these districts have their respective tribes. They have different cultures. Imagine standing on that stage representing your whole district. One district may have 5, 6 cultures, traditions, even different dialects. It takes a lot of courage and charisma to stand there and say, yes, these are my people, and I will represent them proudly. Moving on to the provincial pageant, I represented Western Highlands. And it was also a lesson and a journey for me because I learned so much about the different districts. I come from Hagen Central, and we have 4 districts, the Smulbaya, Tambul-Nebilia, and Dekansol. I learned about the other districts. Also by collaborating and sharing stories with my sister contestants, the queens of their respective provinces, I learned that we are so diverse, but by coming together, we can make a change. And to answer your question, how can this empower youth? Young girls back at home look to me. They see a girl representing their province, their district, and their country. Moving forward, we'd like to go into districts, more districts, and into the villages. This will empower our youth to come out and step into the tourism sector. The Miss Better Paradise page and platform advocates for so many things, especially youth employment and advocacy for inclusivity. And so we go into the regions, and in a way we're promoting national tourism. We go into and we see what culture do you have, what makes you unique in Papua New Guinea. We showcase that. We show the world what Papua New Guinea is. Also Pacific. Each island nation here has its own unique stories, cultures, traditions. Their voice is different, unique, but diversity is the beauty of it all. By coming together, we create a powerful region, connected as one Pacifica, our blue island, our blue country, Pacific. Thank you.